Welcome back, everyone. During today's lesson, we're going to learn how to subtract integers. Your due now is to answer the following questions. You can either pause the video and answer those questions now, or you can continue with the video and answer those questions at the end. But when you pass in your packet, I am going to be checking to make sure that these questions are answered. 3 questions at the end, 10, 11, and 12, are a bit more challenging. We haven't officially learned how to subtract integers, but I'm just checking to see if anyone can figure out how to do it. And so give them a shot, and nothing's going to happen if you get them wrong. I'm just checking to see if anyone can figure them out. We're going to connect what we're doing today to some prior knowledge. We recently learned how to add integers. When the integers have the same sign, like both positive or both negative, addition acts like addition. We just add the numbers together and make them negative or make the answer positive. When the integers have different signs, integer acts like subtraction. Today we'll investigate how subtracting integers is related to adding integers. Your objective is that you'll be able to subtract integers and use integer subtraction to solve problems. We know that when we subtract a positive number, the value either increases or decreases. So let's think about that. Which one should we circle? So whenever we subtract a positive number, does the answer increase or does it decrease? For an example, when we take away 5 from 8, does the answer increase or does it decrease? So what happens is that it decreases. To show what that looks like on the number line, we start with the first number. We start at 8, and then subtracting 5 means we go 5 steps or 5 jumps lower, and we end at 3. The same thing happens if the first number is negative. So if the first number is -1 and we subtract 3, we start at -1 and we subtract 3. That's one of our focuses today, is how to subtract when we have negative numbers. Let's try these on the number line. So 5 minus 12, so we start at 5, and then minus 12 we're going to decrease by 12. And where we end is our answer. So 5 minus 12 equals -7. -5 minus 10. So we start at -5 minus 10. We go 10 less or 10 fewer. We end at -15. -4 minus 8, same thing. We start at -4 and we decrease by 8. So -4 minus 8 is -12. So the question is, what if you don't have a number line? Well, each subtraction problem is equal to an addition problem using the opposite. What I mean by that is that these subtraction problems up here might look similar to some addition problems that you've done. So for example, this problem here of 5 minus 12 is the same thing as saying 5 plus -12. You would make the same number line. In this example, it would be the same thing as doing -5 plus -10. You would still get -15. And in this example, you have -4 plus -8, and you still get -12. So let's take a look at these examples. So we have 5 minus 12 equals -7. So does 5 plus what? What do you have to add 5 plus what to get to -7? We have to add -12. What about -5 minus 10? So -5 is -15, and so does -5 plus what? -5 plus what equals -15? -5 plus -10 equals -15. And -4 minus 8 is -12, and so does -4 plus what? -4 plus what equals -12? -4 plus another -8 equals -12. So what I want you to do now is I want you to answer the following by either using the number line idea or by adding the opposite. Then I'd like you to summarize here, how do you make sense of this? Like, how would you explain it to somebody else? So you can either do this now and pause the video, or you can continue with the video and do this at the end. Next, we're going to talk about what happens if you subtract a negative number instead. So you see here, we're subtracting a negative number each time. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus on that addition problem that it's equal to. So this subtraction problem starts with 5. We change it to be from subtraction to addition. And we use the opposite of -10, which is 10. 10, 15. -5 minus -10. So -5 stays the same. We change the subtraction to be addition. Opposite. So the opposite of -10 is 10. So -5 plus 10 is 5. -6 minus -1. So we have -6 plus +1. So again, we change the subtraction to addition. We change the second number to be its opposite. Add like normal, so we get -5. So what you're going to do now is you're going to use the adding opposite idea to answer these 6 questions. And then you're going to summarize. So you're going to say, when I subtract with positive and negative numbers, I will do what? And then you notice that when you can rewrite subtraction problems as blank problems by keeping the first addend the same, changing subtraction to blank, and adding the blank of the second number. And then you're going to make an example. You're going to have your packet checked before you continue. So here's a reminder of what you need to have checked off. You bring your packet to me. The do now needs to be finished. We're not worrying about 10, 11, and 12. If you get them wrong, nothing happens. But we should be getting 1 through 9 correct. On the next page, you're answering questions 1 through 6, making sense of the problem, explaining to someone else how to do it on these 2 lines. And then you're answering these 6 questions, again, using the add the opposite idea. So you're going to add the opposite for all of these, find their answers. You can use the number lines too if you need to. And then you're going to summarize by responding to this prompt and filling in the blanks and making an example. And you're going to have your packet checked by me before you continue on to the next pages. On the next pages are some classwork problems that we'll finish today and during the next class, but you'll be writing the subtraction problems as addition problems and then finding the answer. And then same thing on the next page. There's some challenge questions if you're ready for it. Next page. All right, so let's get started with our packet, and please check in with me when your original packet, like up to your summarizer, is finished. So make sure you check in with me and have your packet checked before you continue.